Really good effort tonight for the Trailblazers. And really, that's what I'm looking for the rest of the way. I don't expect perfection, but for the guys that are out there, execution, uh, listening to what the coaches want and going out and executing, and then finding other guys, opportunities to step up and make plays. Even Ashton Hagens tonight in 24 minutes making an impact. 6 points, 5 assists, had a couple of rebounds, and made his presence felt. And it was just one of those games where everyone that got a chance to play made an impact. And it was on a night when Jeremy Grant and Anthony Simons really didn't do much. Grant had 10 points in 33 minutes of action, Anthony Simons 7 in 25 minutes. Think about that for a second. On a night where the Blazers play without DeAndre Ayton, Scoot Henderson, and Malcolm Brogdon, you get a combined effort between Grant and Simons, 7 of 19 from the floor, and the Blazers win by 30. That's good. Good team effort, and that's what you want to see. All right, we'll keep things rolling here in the fifth quarter where the Blazers get the big win tonight, 122-92. When we come back, we will give you your shot of the night, and we will get to Coach a little bit later. But fifth quarter, Chad Doing and Mike Oakes with you here on your home of the Blazers, 620 Rib City Radio. All right, let's take a look around the association, give you your fifth quarter scoreboard report. Right now, second quarter. In Chicago, this game on ESPN. Right now, the Bucks lead the Bulls 44-35. Giannis has 19 points. Vucevic 11 thus far for Chicago. First quarter in Los Angeles, the Clippers lead the Wizards 33-28. Paul George with 11 points. Finals from earlier tonight. The Cavaliers go into Detroit and top the Pistons 110-100. Evan Mobley, big night, 22 points, 17 rebounds, and 7 assists. Cade Cunningham with 21 points and 10 assists in the loss. In Philadelphia, the Sixers top the Hornets 121-114. Tobias Harris, 31 points and 12 rebounds. In Boston, the Celtics ripped the Dallas Mavericks 138-110. Jason Tatum, 32 points and 8 rebounds. The Warriors go into Toronto and top the Raptors 120-105. They improved to 32-27 on the year. Steph Curry with 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Grizzlies fall to the Trailblazers in Memphis tonight, 122-92. Portland gets 19 points, 10 rebounds from Jabari Walker. They shoot 78% and score 40 points in that third quarter to put the game away. Final in overtime in Minnesota, the Kings over the Timberwolves, 124-120. Malik Monk scored 39 points. And in New Orleans, the Pelicans over the Pacers by a final score of 129-102. New Orleans now 36-25 on the year. Brandon Ingram had 34 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And that is your scoreboard report here on the fifth quarter. Chad doing with you on this Friday evening. Hopefully you're enjoying your Friday as the Blazers snap a 9-game losing streak and get off the schneid as they hammer the Memphis Grizzlies by 30 points. And really that third quarter was a thing of beauty. They put up 40 points, highest points they've scored in the third on the season, and they shot 15 of 19 from the floor. 78% shooting, and they outscored the Grizzlies 71-47 there in the second half. So what I like about this game, they're shorthanded going in. Chauncey's done a good job throughout the year of not making excuses for why this team is losing games. Like if guys are out, he's like, hey, it is what it is. Next man up, we move out, and we try and make things happen. And they've worked really hard to get these new guys up to speed, and Ashton Hagans and Delano Banton. And I got to give Banton credit. He came over at the trade deadline from Boston. He's gotten the chance to get some pretty good burn here in Portland, and he's made the most of his opportunity. He had 19 points, matching Jabari's 19 tonight, added 7 rebounds. He's showing some toughness. I like his length, and he's not afraid to put the ball on the floor and attack the rim. So he was solid. Chris Murray, who has been struggling from the field in his starting opportunities of late, was screwed out of the lineup, was able to score 14 points, but most importantly, hit 5 of 8 from the floor tonight. I like that effort. And as Chauncey pointed out a couple of nights ago, the most important thing the rest of the way is development, player development, especially with the young guys. And so when you get nights like this, where you have multiple key guys out of the lineup, it's an opportunity for those younger guys to play. And obviously Memphis, not one of the better teams in basketball, but Portland able to go out and make the most of it. And they'll get a chance to do it again tomorrow in that second of a back-to-back against Memphis. But the things I really liked tonight, one, the defense. I mean, they were locked in defensively from the get-go. They executed really well. They put pressure on Memphis and ended up forcing 23 turnovers, converting that into 27 points. Also, and you'll find this a lot of times when teams have some of their key guys out, we saw good player movement and ball movement, execution on offense, where they end up with 31 assists. That's a good number for this team. They shot the ball extremely well. Not in the first quarter. Both teams well below 40%, but they ended up shooting 52% for the game. They were 13 of 31 from downtown, good for 41%. And the Blazers, just all the little things, the rebounding, the offensive rebounding, the defense, the communication, and then multiple guys stepping up to make contributions. That's the type of game you want, ultimately. 6 guys scoring in double figures, multiple guys making contributions, and I like that type of team ball. So I think this is a game you can celebrate from the standpoint that you get a bunch of the no-names to step up, make contributions, and they go out there and get a big win. And what I like is that they didn't take their foot off the gas when they built that 19-point lead at the end of the third. They came out to start the fourth and just continued to push. And that 17-4 run to open the fourth quarter just put the game away. They blew it wide open. So they kind of had that killer instinct. So a lot of good takeaways from the game tonight. Good energy, good effort, good execution, good offense, and multiple guys finding a way. But that third quarter, this season with everything they've gone through, in terms of offense, that's about as good as it gets. I mean, it was 15 of 19 in the third, 78%. It's like, what's going on here? Is this really happening? And Dewap Reef broke out of a shooting slump. He was on fire in the third, 5 of 6 shooting for 12 points. He was 2 of 3 from downtown. They got multiple guys to step up there in that third. Banton was 7. They got 5 from Walker, 12 from Reef, 9 from Murray. And so in that third quarter, when Portland put the game away, it wasn't the key guys like Grant and Simons. It was all the role players and the younger guys who made the impact. So credit to Portland for that. All right, we'll keep things rolling here in the fifth quarter. When we come back, we're going to hear from Blazers coach Chauncey Billups. We'll go into the coach's corner, and we'll hear what he had to say about the game tonight. Tomorrow, game day starts at 2:30, tip-off at 5, and I'll be back with you here on your home of the Blazers, 620 Rip City Radio. All right, here's your latest on Scoot Henderson. He was out tonight, still dealing with the adductor strain. I don't expect him to play tomorrow, and I would be surprised if he played in the game on Monday. What I do expect from Scoot is that he'll be back on Wednesday when the Blazers kick off that 6-game homestand against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So that's my expectation for him. I expect him to be ready to go on Wednesday, and then he'll have 22 games to go to close out the year. Now, as I mentioned earlier today, spoke with Sean Hyken a couple of days ago, and Sean pointed out that if it were up to Scoot, he'd be on the floor playing. But with so many of these core injuries popping up of late, the Blazers are just being extra careful. They don't want to see a guy go down. They want to make sure everyone's healthy, and that's kind of what's going on. So they're playing it extra safe. But it's important for Scoot to get on the floor so we can continue this development. A game like tonight would have been valuable for him to be out there. Without some of the key guys in the lineup, get a chance to play big minutes and help be a part of a game where you snap a 9-game losing streak. Any type of moments like this that Scoot can gather before the end of the year are going to be huge. Well, tonight there were multiple guys who stepped up and played extremely well, including Delano Banton. He had 19 points and 7 rebounds in the game coming off the bench. And after the game, Brooke Olzendam caught up with him on the floor.
DB, you guys had the lead at the break, and you just continued to build on it. What was key to this very convincing win?
Say that again. You start skiing.
That was Ashton, who also had a great game. What was key to this win?
Definitely just staying with what we've been trying to do. Throughout games that we lost, we realized that, with losing, there's consistencies, but we're winning. Might look different every night with the talent that we have. So offensively, talent, it might be a different guy's night every night, but defensively, winning the shot margins, offensive rebounding, transition defense, just trying to do the things that Coach Chauncey preaches to us in practice, preaches to us in film, and try and get it right for 48 minutes, and we're able to do so today.
When you weren't facilitating, you were scoring. You finished with 19 shots, well over 50% from the field. How were you able to take advantage of the defense you saw from Memphis tonight?
Definitely just trusting in my teammates. They put me in positions to be great. I feel like just them trusting in me being able to make a read, make a play for them, goes a long way when you have the confidence of your teammates and your coaching staff. So, shout out to them. They put me in position. And like I said, Coach Chauncey just tries to do his best to play with the players he has. Definitely knows how guys play, knows guys' personnel, and use that to the best of his advantage to get us in spots.
You were 3 of 5 from behind the arc. That last one was my favorite. It was deep. When did you know you were going to shoot it?
I'm not sure when I knew I was going to shoot. I think they just went under and trust the work that they put in. Shoot in the pocket 3. I put that work in, so I kind of just trying to trust the work that I put in. And, if it feels comfortable to take it, we'll shoot it with confidence.
And finally, I can't tell you how many of his teammates just ran by and said, DB, DB. How much do you like playing with this group?
Man, I love it. The first few weeks been tough with just losses. That changes everybody's mood. Everyone wants to win. It's such a competitive league. But knowing how hard it is to win in this league also. But it's been a great few weeks. The staff, the team, the fans, the organization, everybody took me in with open arms. I'm loving it so far, and just hopefully we could come back tomorrow and get a win and just keep piecing together wins.
Love it. Thank you so much. Great job tonight.
Boy, big props to him. This is the beauty of being on a team right now that's, playing out the string. These young guys get a chance to play. So for someone like Delano Banton, whether it's for the Portland Trail Blazers or another team in the NBA, he's getting a chance to showcase what he can do. And he's making the most of it. He's playing good basketball. Being aggressive. I like his length, showing some toughness and willingness to put the ball on the floor and attack the rim. And when you have guys like that who are playing like that, it can be infectious. And we saw that tonight from Banton. We saw Jabari Walker step up, have a big night. Chris Murray got things going. Dewap Reef was big, snapped out of his shooting slump. So, just a combination of good things for the Portland Trail Blazers tonight. And hopefully they can put back-to-back performances like this together. It's one thing to do it once. I want to see how this young group responds tomorrow after getting the blowout win tonight. Memphis, I would imagine, would show up with a little more of a desire to make a statement. So how does Portland respond to that challenge? And I want to see how they go out there and handle it. But tonight it was about the offense. The Blazers cranked it up in the second quarter. They really poured it on in the third, and then they opened up the fourth with determination to put the game away, and they did that. Scoring 71 points in the second half. Put up 40 points in the third on 78% shooting. They forced 23 turnovers, and they were plus 16, 46-30 edge in rebounding and dished out 31 assists. So all in all, good performance and props to the guys. Okay, we'll come back, and we'll step into Coach's Corner. Fifth quarter, Chad doing with you on this Friday. We'll hear from Chauncey coming up next. Tomorrow I'm with you. Game day at 2:30, tip off at 5 here on 620 Rip City Radio. All right, Trailblazers hammer the Grizzlies tonight, win by 30, 122-92. Jabari Walker, 19 points, 10 rebounds. Delano Banton with 19 points and 7 boards, 18 and 5 from Duop Reef. The Blazers shoot 52%, force 23 turnovers, dish out 31 assists, and score 40 points in the third on 78% shooting, and dominate the second half, 71-47. Let's check in with Blazers coach Chauncey Billups.
Obviously shot it well, tonight from three. And that a lot of times has kind of failed us lately. We hadn't shot it great, but played pretty good. So it was good to get that one. And hopefully our guys get some rest, and we look forward to the challenge again tomorrow.
Hey, Coach, as well as you played offensively, defense you played 48 minutes of from beginning to end. What would you contribute that to?
Well, that's kind of what, where we try to hang our hat on that side of the ball. That's the one thing that there's so many things in the game that you can't control. Shot making, if the ball's going to go in the basket. I think defensively you can control your effort, and that's what we try to do, every single night. And tonight we did. We guarded pretty well. I thought we finished our defensive possessions with rebounds. So we was all over the place. We had so many guys. We picking up the floor, full court, and just laying it on the line. And we live with the results.
Specifically, Delano tonight. He seemed to have the ball in his hands a lot, made good decisions. What did you like about his game?
Yeah, he did. Delano's is just he got a knack to score the ball. And I always want him to be aggressive. He got a nice feel for the game out there. He knows how to get to the basket. He does a good job of drawing fouls, but he also can play make some. So, he came into the game, and I thought his minutes were huge for us, because there are times that you got to sit Anthony and you got to sit Jeremy, and you're looking around saying where we're going to get some offense from. And he steps right in and does a really good job of he stayed poised, out there. So yeah, he was also big.
There you go. Chauncey Billups, happy with his group's effort, as he should be. The Blazers record a 30-point win tonight, and no time to rest. They'll be back at it tomorrow. Second of a back-to-back against the Grizzlies. Tip-off is at 5, and I'll have game day starting at 2:30 right here on your home of the Blazers, 620 Rip City Radio. That's going to do it for me tonight. Big thanks to Mike Oakes, who is at Master Control running things tonight and playing the tunes for you. Enjoy your Friday evening. Be safe out there, my friends, and then join me tomorrow. Tip-off at 5. I'll have game day starting at 2:30. Your final score tonight from FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. Your Portland Trailblazers take out the Memphis Grizzlies 122-92. For Mike Oakes, I'm Chad doing Show Me Your Blazer. Have a good night.